I suppose this is going to be a bit different, but I'm going to explain the 3-2 trick, as most people like to call it. I realize this has been done before, so I'm probably not going to get too many hits on this video since there are other people that have covered it, and I may not even be the last person that covers it. Who knows? I mean, this game is pretty old, though, so I can't imagine too many people will be looking for tips and tricks for it nowadays. But, I figured I'd do it anyway, since it is a convenient method for leveling up and getting a lot of money early on. To do this trick, you basically need a Tylus that's level 20, or you need to make a Tylus and transfer their skill onto, say, Ash or one of your other characters, which I've done. This passive skill is called Big Bang, and I've put it on a few of my characters, like Leona here. I gotta switch to this. Here we go. Yeah, so Big Bang means when you first combine, you do an explosion, which does damage that bypasses a defense check, and it does damage based on the character's unequipped HP. So you gotta have a character that's high enough level that when they get confined, 30% of their HP is gonna be more than the health of the enemies we're gonna be facing off against. So yeah, we're gonna be going to Monotopia and be going to Peaceful Hill, the area with the Scrabbits in it. Now, the Scrabbits are not very terrifying themselves, but what makes this convenient for leveling up is the 2 Scrabbits at the end get a level every time they get a turn. You actually withstood that? Well, that was a tougher Scrabbit than I expected, okay. I don't normally have that problem. I'm surprised. I didn't think that was going to happen. Well, whatever. I'll just move on my merry way, And we're going to want to take you out. And then I might just wait a turn here. I don't want to be too close and trigger them to do anything. But we're going to want to take one of them out real quick. That one. You don't want to leave both of them on the field because then they start passing turns back and forth amongst each other, which makes this trick take forever. If you do it this way, it'll only take about half an hour to get a Scrabbit up to max level. So yeah, you're going to want to basically retreat back so you're not close to the Scrabbit, and then ditch your item if you have one. Because it's going to make you get way too many turns way too fast. And at this point, you're just going to keep bypassing turns while the Scrabbit levels up. And this one's placed conveniently since this weed's actually close enough that when you Big Bang, it will hit this target. So yeah, at this point, we're just going to keep passing turns over and over and over again for basically half an hour until this thing hits max level. Eventually, it'll start taking like 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 turns in a row real fast. We'll just keep passing and passing and passing over and over and over again, gaining lots of levels really quickly. This is why I advise, not leaving the other one, because then they start passing back and forth, and that takes time as the computer switches back and forth between which AI it's looking at, which means the trick can take, in excess of an hour, or probably more if you do it that way. So it's easier if you leave just one Scrabbit on the map, at least if you don't want to waste a lot of time on this. So yeah, at this point I'm going to stop and jump cut to when this thing's at max level. So that's going to take me about 30 minutes. So see you then. And I'm back. We're not completely done yet, but I am getting pretty close. And this does show you how fast this gets near the end, because this enemy's literally taking like hundreds of turns, between my turns. Because it's just so much faster than me at this point. It's just blazing on by with like getting 200 turns at this point. So I imagine after this one, or in this one, we're going to hit max level. Nope, I'm going to have to go one more. At least one more. When it stops having level up flash, that's when we know what's at max. And it's definitely at max now. Okay, we're going to want to grab our pot, just in case. Oh, darn it. I think I can still hit it, but we'll pass a turn again. I always forget how much you can screw up there and just bounce around while trying to set yourself up to move. But I want my maximum movement range so I can get down here as close as possible, because we're going to throw this pot over there just to make sure, we're as close as possible to this enemy when we can find. That way, I don't have to worry about them being taken out. I mean, this is usually close enough, but sometimes it's not, so you want to be doubly sure, you can bust this enemy without fail. And yeah, that way, Leona gets a massive level boost, and we get, 50 million Bordeaux. And that's the stage 3-2 leveling trick. It's pretty time consuming, I have to admit, but it is a way to level up characters relatively quickly, if you want to do failure dungeons later. So it's a way to get some high level characters to beat your way through areas so you can grab, more mana and buff other stats like experience riser onto characters, which is just dead useful. Which you get from Dungeon Monks, which raises your experience to about double, so you can actually use that to level up even faster when you're ready to go into dungeons without putting failure on them, where it takes away all your experience. Though it does buff the experience you get from being confined to an item as well. Till next time, then. See ya.